tonight. And then I've got another video for a store called
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat these.
It's Monday. You know what that means. It is time for our weekly Monday Night Raw preview. And welcome everyone to the Wrestling with Fans podcast. Today is March the 1st. February is over. We are now in the third month of 2021. And it is the first Monday Night Raw of March. My name is Kyle. Welcome to the program. Let's bring the lights back up, make it look normal in here. There we go. All right. So, there's not a lot on the docket for Raw. WWE once again hasn't given us much to go off of, but we're going to try to make the best of it. We're going to talk about all of it. We're going to break it all down. But real quick, Mondays, 7:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern for our Monday Night Raw preview. Come back tomorrow night, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for a live recording of this week's edition of the Wrestling with Fans podcast. If you want to find the podcast, links are in the video description. Then on Wednesdays, 7:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern, AEW Dynamite NXT preview. There's a jam-packed show coming for Dynamite this week, so there'll be a lot to talk about on Wednesday. Then on Friday, once again, 7:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern for our SmackDown on Fox. What is up, DJ? Welcome to the stream, my friend. As usual, yes, there's just not a lot to go off of. And of course, follow us on all social media, facebook.com/wrestling with fans. That's the catch-all for everything here on the podcast. If you're watching this stream live, you already know about the YouTube channel. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up and click that subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitch. I may get rid of Twitch and just make a second gaming channel for YouTube. We'll see. I got a few followers over on Twitch. Maybe I'll try to get them to YouTube. We'll see. But twitch.tv/wrestling with fans. Follow us on the gram. Over on Instagram, just search Wrestling with Fans. You'll see the blue logo. Click follow. Been posting some pictures up there, trying to stay more active on the gram. It's a lot of fun being over on Instagram, following a lot of cool people following me. So follow us on Instagram. And as always, wrestlingwithfans.com is the website. I need to add that to my little graphic here. I have to remember that. Search Wrestling with Fans podcast wherever you get your podcast fix. Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. We are on all the major podcasting platforms. Coming back in here to you lovely people tonight. So from WWE.com. Let's see here. Got another share. Got to make sure I give them a shout out. Thank you, Hannah, for sharing the stream as always, friend. Love and appreciate all the support. We've got two things. The one thing we know for sure. Well, I guess we don't know. I talked about this the other day. We have a WWE Championship match on the books for tonight. The Miz will be defending against the almighty Bobby Lashley. This is the official preview from WWE.com. At Elimination Chamber, The Miz emerged just moments after the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre had survived the Elimination Chamber and suffered a post-match ambush from the Hurt Business's Bobby Lashley. Without warning, he cashed in his Money in the Bank contract and pinned the Scottish superstar to claim the WWE title for the second time in his career. Back on Raw, however, Lashley and MVP emerged to collect on a deal that the Almighty had apparently made with the A-lister. He would help Miz become WWE champion, and Lashley would be first in line for a title opportunity. I hate that fucking word. It's a title opportunity. It's a title match. You want a shot at the belt. But they say a title opportunity. When the A-lister attempted to delay that matchup and Braun Strowman barged his way into the conversation, Shane McMahon ruled that if the Monster Among Men could defeat Lashley in a main event contest, he would be added to the title showdown against The Miz on the February 29th edition of the Red Brand. February 29th edition of the Red Brand. I'm not even kidding, guys. February 29th edition. Oh, this is good. Hang on. I got to bring this up. This is just too good. Now I got to share this off because this is just too good not to share. Because it says it right on their website. I want to unlock you. Okay, let's bring this in here. Right there, dead center of your screen, the February 29th edition. February 29th edition. Does nobody fucking proofread WWE.com? Seriously, does nobody proofread WWE.com? Right there, dead center of your screen, February 29th edition of Monday Night Raw. Absolutely ridiculous. Come on, WWE. Be better than that. Be better than that. So, the other thing we have on the preview for tonight, we only get two things on the preview tonight. Let me check the email they sent out just to be safe. Or did I delete it? Here we go. No, there is one other thing. So the other thing announced for Raw tonight, Drew McIntyre returns to Raw. Again, this is from WWE.com. Drew McIntyre is back, and he will have a lot to say. After defeating 5 former WWE champions inside Elimination Chamber, McIntyre was viciously attacked by an irate Bobby Lashley, allowing The Miz to stun the WWE Universe by cashing in the Money in the Bank contract with McIntyre to become the new WWE Champion. This Monday on Raw, McIntyre will return to address the shocking conclusion of WWE Elimination Chamber. With The Miz set to defend the title against Bobby Lashley in Raw's main event, will the Scottish Warrior be keeping a close eye on that outcome? The less they put in the show is usually better. You know, I as far as like content in the show, yes, but as far as preview, like you have 3 hours to fill. You know, probably 2 hours and 10 minutes of actual TV time in a 3-hour show if you do all the commercials. And we know two things that are going to happen. We know Drew McIntyre is going to be back, and we know we're getting a title match. What are you going to do with the other hour and 45 minutes of the show? I get that their thought process is probably, well, you know, they have to tune in to find out what happens. But as we know, people aren't. They want to know what's going to happen. That's why I love Wednesdays, to be perfectly honest. AEW lists almost the entire card for Dynamite, and even some of the major talking segments. NXT usually gives 4 or 5 things on their previews on Wednesdays as well. So you know on Wednesdays, you're getting a lot. Says, I mean, less previews, the better the show is. Normally it's 3 in the email. Tonight's was only 2. So we'll see if that pans out, if we really will only get, we'll get a better show because they only listed 2 things for the show. The other thing we know right now is on Raw Talk after Monday Night Raw. So if you stay up super late and watch Raw Talk on the WWE Network immediately after Raw, they have Elias and Jackson Riker will be guests, along with the aforementioned former WWE Champion Drew McIntyre, along with the Women's Tag Team Champions Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. So we almost know as much about Raw Talk after Raw as we do for what's going to happen during the next 3-hour broadcast. But like we usually do here on these preview shows, we're going to look back at last week's episode and maybe try to predict what we could see tonight. So we did have the U.S. champion, Matt Riddle. He still has a first name in my book. Defend against John Morrison in a pretty solid match. The Miz is otherwise occupied, so maybe Riddle's next contender, probably maybe for Fastlane, will come emerge tonight. You had the New Day taking on Retribution, so I'm sure we'll probably see some type of continuation of that. Maybe a singles match. I hope this is eventually leading to a Kofi Kingston versus Mustafa Ali match, whether that be at Fastlane or even WrestleMania. Speaking of that, let's look up Fastlane real quick, because I don't think there's any matches. Yeah, there are no matches currently announced for Fastlane. WrestleMania, we've got the 2 Royal Rumble winners have declared. Edge is taking on Roman Reigns. Bianca Belair is going after Sasha Banks, both over on the Blue Brand on SmackDown. Drew interview with the match, and Miz retains. I guess it means interfere. I would not be surprised if Drew gets involved somehow. I guess it depends on WWE's direction they want to take the title over the next 2 months going into WrestleMania. I've talked about here on the program that my guess is it's going to be Lashley versus Drew at WrestleMania to give Drew that big WrestleMania moment in front of a live crowd that he never got to have last year. But the cost of that would be Bobby Lashley having basically a 1-month title reign. And I don't want that. I would rather not have Bobby Lashley have his first world title. Yes, I know he was ECW champion, and that is technically a world title. But for all intents and purposes, it would be his first world title. So I really think Miz holds it till Mania. I'd love to see the Miz get another good run. I know I am in the minority for the majority of wrestling fans, but I love The Miz. I think I've talked about it before on one of my live streams that I remember The Miz all the way back when he was on Real World Season 10 Back to New York. When he first started talking like The Miz, he had a little toy Winged Eagle title. I've been a fan of The Miz for a long time. And I'd love to see him, get another good title run here. At this point, he's pretty much relegated to the mid-card, borderline on a comedy act at times. Some of the stuff him and John Morrison have done is pretty stupid, very childish. But, there's a place for that in wrestling nowadays in a 3-hour show on Mondays. But I'd love to see The Miz get a nice long title reign. But it seems that whether it be tonight or Fastlane, or even at WrestleMania, The Miz's reign will be a short one, unfortunately. Not looking forward to that. But, see what else do we have last. Damian Priest and Angel Garza. They got to keep Damian Priest hot, with the whole thing with Bad Bunny going on. I still think we are on the road to a Miz and Morrison versus Priest and Bad Bunny at WrestleMania this year. That's where things were kind of headed until the Miz cashed in Money in the Bank and won the title. So I don't see Miz holding it till Mania. I hope he does. And then maybe they'll go in something else with Damian Priest. But I just have a feeling that we're going for that tag match. Maybe Bad Bunny gets involved somehow tonight during the title match. Let's see, what else do we have last week? The women's tag champs Nia. I can't even talk now, guys. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defeated Asuka and Charlotte Flair. It seems the Asuka and Charlotte pairing is ending, so I'm expecting some follow-up between Asuka and Charlotte. Probably leading to a match at Fastlane. My fantasy booking is Charlotte beats Asuka at Fastlane. The next night on Raw, this is my brutality, blares over the PA system, and Rhea Ripley comes out. I think she's supposed to, I don't know if she's coming tonight or next week, but I know there was a preview that she was coming soon. So hopefully the sooner the better. And we'll get Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's title. And they'll right the wrong of last year and have Charlotte and Rhea, or Charlotte put over Rhea. We also had, let's see, Sheamus and Jeff Hardy in another match. They kind of had a few going on SmackDown last year. It's kind of picked back up here in the last couple weeks on Raw. So I don't know if we'll get something else between them tonight. I mean, they love to have people wrestle consecutive weeks with each other all the time. So who knows? Lana and Naomi versus Dana Brooke and Mandy, or defeated Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose in a quick match. I don't think Lana and Naomi have received their women's tag team title shot that they earned. So maybe we'll finally set that up. We'll see. Maybe we'll get that at Fastlane. I don't think that's a WrestleMania quality match. I think they should have another team. Maybe they'll build the Riot Squad up over on SmackDown and have them challenge Nia and Shayna for the belts at WrestleMania. They're the only real tag team that's going on. So maybe we'll get Lana and Naomi versus Nia and Shayna tonight. Finally. Maybe they'll save it for Fastlane. Who knows? AJ beat Ricochet in a quick match. And then Lashley defeated Braun in a fairly short match. So that was Raw last week. Try to predict what we could be getting coming up this week. But speaking of coming up, I'm going to take a quick break here. And we'll come back for the final 8 or 9 minutes before the show. Being that you guys are live with me now on YouTube, you guys will get the first chance to see the brand new figure unboxing that's going to be dropping here in a little bit. It's up. It should be fully uploaded now. So I might be able to, yep, it'll go live right after this stream ends, a little after 8 o'clock. As you can see over my shoulder here, got some of them brand new AEWs. If you haven't checked out, the Fig Hunt hasn't gone. I got to post that Fig Hunt. That Fig Hunt will go up tomorrow, I think. But what you're going to see is the unboxing for the current AEW TNT champion. I know it's a Raw night, but we're going to go AEW here for a few minutes. Picked up Series 3 Darby Allin. Shout out to my boy Chris for finding him in the wild for me. I got Series 1 Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho. And arguably the coolest wrestling figure on the market right now. It's Pockets. Orange Cassidy. This one's coming. That one will probably drop on Thursday or Friday. I can't remember when I have that one planned, but got some AEW figs in the back. We're going to take a quick break here on the show. You guys will get the first look at the Darby Allin figure unboxing. And I'll be back in just a couple minutes to wrap up the show, we'll do some rapid fire stuff here over the last 5 or 6 minutes before Raw goes on the air, and probably kick off Raw with Drew McIntyre. That would be my guess. So, be back in just a couple minutes. What is good, YouTube? Kyle here from Wrestling with Fans, back with another figure unboxing video. And as you can see, we have Darby Allin, AEW Unrivaled Series 3. This is not the chase, but I was super happy to get this figure. Shout out to my friend Chris for finding him in the wild and hooking me up. Appreciate you finding this for me. He found some more of Series 3, but he already had Darby. So we hooked your boy up. So now we got Darby in the collection. Let's take a look at the packaging here. The Unrivaled box is just amazing. The brick with the gold. The picture right there. AEW on this side. AEW with Darby's picture. He is number 22 in the Unrivaled collection. Take a look at the back here. This is from Fyter Fest, June 29, 2019, Daytona Beach, Florida. You can see who else is in this wave. You got Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. Mr. Pockets himself, Orange Cassidy. Love that figure. One of my favorite figures in my entire collection. Riho and Pac are also in Series 3. But you know how we do here on the channel, guys. We like to keep them loose. Figures, that is. So let's crack this bad boy open. Let's let him breathe. Let's take a closer look at Mr. Darby Allin. And just like that, there we have it, guys. Darby Allin out of the plastic prison. Let's look at the accessories. He does come with the skateboard. Does have his logo there on it, Darby Allin. It's not quite tech deck. I mean, I could try to do some cool tech deck stuff here, but I was never into tech decks. I'm sure some of you guys out there that were into tech decks can probably do some sick tricks with a skateboard. I am not one of those people. But let's take a closer look at the figure. Let's pop. Oh, and he's got the arm condoms. He's about to go out on a farm and impregnate a cow or a horse. You know, for all of the Series 2 figures I got, none of them had the arm condoms on, but this is a couple now that I've unboxed recently that do have them. Now I'll pop this off. Get rid of that. Yeah, there we go. Let's get this one off. Let's see, that one came off much easier. And that's not cool. It's, as you can see here, that's not good. But we'll make it work. I can put a little something in there to keep it in. But let's take a closer look. Darby Allin here. The face scan is really good. They really captured his likeness. Got the skeleton painting there on his. All right, guys, there you go. Just a quick sneak peek at the Darby Allin figure unboxing. It's going to be dropping here in just a few minutes. DJ plays ass. Is Drew kicking off in our play? Not sure, but I wouldn't be surprised. You know how, like with SmackDown and Roman, he always opens the show. So I would not be shocked if we kick off this week's edition of Raw with the former WWE champion. They may save him for the top of the second hour. That is always a possibility as well. But I would fully expect him to be heavily involved somehow in the main event match. Unfortunately, again, due to waking up at such an obscene early hour, I will not be up to watch it all night. So I'll have to check it out probably tomorrow morning on my. I'll just listen to it on the way to work or something. But we may be doing the podcast tomorrow night with a brand new WWE champion. We'll wait and see what happens. I'm just hoping for a good show. That's all I ever really want from Mondays is just a good show. But they're so hit and miss. And one of the things I'm going to talk about on the podcast tomorrow is a report. And I don't want to go into too much detail because I'll go more in depth tomorrow, long form. But the rumor is that WWE management is trying to keep the wrestlers in the dark, or the producers in the dark. Like, if they're not in the actual meeting, they do not get any information, which, to be honest, I think is just total BS. So, who knows what kind of stuff we could get? Maybe that's why we don't get a lot in the previews, is because the people who are writing the previews just don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, pause that there. Okay, just getting everything squared away. My prediction is Bobby is about to win, and Drew interferes, and Miz wins. It is very possible. Maybe they'll drag this out to Fastlane. They'll make it a triple threat match. Maybe do a steel cage match, because WWE has done a shit ton of steel cage matches. And like I saw a stat somewhere where I think they said that about 10% of all steel cage matches in the history of WWE happened within like the last year or two, or within like 2020. So like 1/10 of all steel cage matches happened last year in WWE in their entirety of their history, 60 years, whatever it's been. That's insane. I mean, I don't think we've seen a steel cage match yet this year. We've seen the Elimination Chambers, obviously. I don't know if that qualifies as a steel cage match. But maybe they'll do something where they'll set up a triple threat match for next week with Drew and Bobby and Miz. I don't think the Miz, his title reign is going to last very long. I think it's going to be Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. However we get there, I think the Miz and Morrison are going to take on Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. I think that's the plan. At least that's, if they do something else with Damian Priest and Bad Bunny at WrestleMania that doesn't involve Miz and Morrison, I would be surprised. Because they've been building this since, back at the Royal Rumble back in January. So a little over a month, they've been kind of weaving this storyline each and every week. Bad Bunny was on Saturday Night Live. I think it was this past week or the week before, performing with the 24/7 championship, oddly enough, which is kind of weird. But again, like I said, it was kind of a publicity stunt. At least that would be my prediction, is that what that was. But we're about 2 minutes away from Raw. Let me turn the TV over here to the USA Network. We'll stay with the here for just a couple minutes, like normal. So while we wait for these last 2 minutes, Facebook.com/WrestlingWithFans. You're on the YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up. We didn't quite meet our goal of 50, but we are at 41 subscribers now. So the goal has been pushed back. So we want 50 by the end of March. So if you're watching, if you see the video, click that subscribe button if you enjoy the stream. Share it with your friends. Bring them on board. We're trying to get to 50. That's the next milestone. Would love to have you guys on board with us. Twitch.tv/WrestlingWithFans. Follow us on Instagram. Just search Wrestling with Fans, and you'll see the blue logo. Click that follow button. If you follow me, I'll follow you. I love supporting people. A lot of people follow me on Instagram. I'll follow them right back. Just love to keep up to date with what they're doing as well. Since they were nice enough to check us out. And again, WrestlingWithFans.com is the website. Download or stream the podcast at any time, or you can take us on the go. Download us to your favorite podcast listening device. We are wherever you get your podcast: Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher. Just search Wrestling with Fans podcast, and you can find us wherever you get your podcast fixed. So it's 8 p.m. Raw is getting ready to kick off. Yeah, DJ, we're very close to 50. I want to hit 100 so I can get that custom URL, and then the next milestone after that, we're gonna grind for 1,000. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen the stack of figure boxes that I posted a picture of the other day of all the figures that we've unboxed. I've got a ton of editing to do. I'm actually going to get a day on Wednesday to sit down and just edit the entire day. So make sure we try to get daily content out for you guys. I've recorded a couple other videos that need to get edited as well. Some tier ranking lists, trying something a little different here on YouTube. The first one is going to be, we're going to tier rank the current, basically tier ranking the title belt designs. That is the first video coming out in the ranking videos we're going to try here on YouTube, see how they do. Got some top 7 lists I'm currently writing because everybody does top 10. We're going to do top 7 because, 7 is the number. But Raw is on live now. We're getting a recap of Elimination Chamber, a recap of last week's Raw. We'll see if Drew opens the show, and then we'll end the stream. Hope you guys enjoy Raw tonight. I hope it's a good show. Don't forget to come back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the YouTube channel. Got a fun show planned for tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to talk about some crazy and interesting news stories that have come up in the last week. I still want to do my fantasy booking. If you watched the live stream last week and listen to the audio version of the show, I completely re-recorded it. I didn't feel it was up to my standards. So I apologize for anybody who's expecting to hear that audio show. We're going to rework it into something else here very, very soon. But we are still getting a recap. I don't know if you guys are Mountain Dew fans, but Major Melon. Some good stuff. I only drink the 0. We hit 50. I'm going to do a collection video, which oddly enough, I'm going to have to keep updating because I keep buying more figures. And I'm going to probably do a full setup tour as well. There's a little sneak peek over on the Instagram. You can kind of see what I see. My 2 monitors, all my crazy lights that I got in here that give you this amazing shot. Do a tour setup. Fast lane prediction tomorrow. We could talk some fast lane. Maybe tonight we'll get our first match for fast lane. I actually there's a little table behind me here. You can't really see it. It's behind the curtain here, directly behind me, that has my figure unboxing set up on it. And underneath of it, it's an old end table from downstairs. Underneath of it, I keep cubes of Mountain Dew 0. I think, let me look. I only have 1. There were 3 under there like a week ago. So I've got to restock on my Mountain Dew 0. But I've been buying this Major Melon Mountain Dew 0. In the immortal words of the Vince McMahon puppet, it's such good shit. My lights are going haywire because I touched my remote. The remote to my TV and the remote to my LED lights is on the same frequency. So therefore, every time I change the volume, my lights change. Go figure. Close some of this stuff down. Close some of this stuff down. All right, so we're getting a preview. We got Miz and Lashley. Drew McIntyre will be here. So I'm wondering if they'll even give us... I got like a mini... I do have a little mini fridge, kind of like right down over here on my little side table. Like I said, I'll do a full tour. Oh, it looks like not only will Drew return, we're going to get Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. And we are kicking off with the former WWE champion. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to put some laundry away and watch Raw for a little bit. And try to enjoy the first hour or so of Raw. DJ Plays, thank you for joining me live again, my friend. Thanks to everybody else who's in here. I know at one point I think there were like 4 or 5 people in the stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Come back soon. Don't forget Darby Allin, full figure unboxing going live here in just a few minutes. Don't forget to come back tomorrow at 8 p.m. for our live recording of the Wrestling with Fans podcast. Like I said, a good fun show planned for you guys tomorrow night. Until then, thank you all for watching. See you all tomorrow night right here on YouTube. Once again, my name is Kyle, and this has been Wrestling with Fans.